Hey guys. All right, 1 second. I'm waiting for some of y'all to come on in so we can just talk for a moment. All right, and while y'all coming in, let me go ahead and do my sharing. All right, let me turn this down. I don't like this new case. Okay. So how y'all doing on today? I'm gonna wait for a few of y'all to join, and I'm sharing at the same time. So I'm hoping that y'all doing well. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's see. Did I share? Oh. Okay. So I think I shared. Oops. I shared on the wrong one. Okay. So. Alrighty. 1 second, guys. I will be on it in a quick minute. Okay, guys. I'm not going to let y'all wait any longer. So, I am Letitia B. Fikes. I am your hair loss practitioner. I am also an award-winning stylist. I am a licensed cosmetologist in the state of North Carolina. I am also a salon owner in the state of North Carolina, and I am founder and creator of Create Professionals Workshop. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. You have read right. I have been called a fraud. I'm going to tell you how the situation started. It all started with a post. So I decided to post a picture of hair loss. It was a picture of alopecia areata, and it was a client of mine, a former client of mine. And she noticed her own hair, and at this point I haven't seen her like in 2 years. So I post a picture, she's seen it, and first it was like, oh, I see that you post my picture. She said some words like, can you please take it down? I respect everybody. Hair loss is a very sensitive subject, is a very sensitive topic. So, even though no face was shown, I did take it down. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize that I forgot how I phrased it when I messaged her. I was like, basically, I didn't know that bothered you. Then she was going into into a deeper conversation. She mentioned that I didn't have permission to post her picture, which all my clients know, unless they say don't post it. I take pictures for education. I am a educator at heart, and I am a licensed cosmetology instructor. So I that's all I do. I educate. So they know this, and I think she was probably coming to me for about 4 years at the time, 4 to 5 years at the time. So any other pictures, I never had permission to post them. I never had permission. I just posted them. We took the pictures and I post them. And some of the pictures I might post them over and over again, and there was no word said. And maybe this was different because it was hair loss. It could be, but it went all into detail or whatever. So I guess she was very upset about the picture, very upset about the post, and she decided to talk about it on her page, which that's your personal page, and I can't stop you there. That's the way you express yourself on your platform. Well, as she began to explain what she saw when she woke up about her picture being on social media for everybody to see, she also mentioned don't get services from this lady because she's a fraud. So at the time when she came to me, I was not a hair loss practitioner. It was 2 years ago. I wasn't one. I was not knowledgeable of hair loss. You know, at that moment, I was a master cosmetologist. I specialize in healthy hair. So when we first saw the spot, um, I was just thinking about what it could be with the cosmetology knowledge that I have, or what cosmetology school taught me. So I knew if hair was gone, to my knowledge that I had at the time, it just meant that it must have broke off, you know? Excuse me, I feel like I had to sneeze. Excuse me. So I was like, it must have broke off. So in order for your hair to grow back, we're gonna need to give you some protein treatment. We're gonna need to get you some moisturizing treatment. So the first week that she came, because the spot was about a nickel. It was a nickel size when she first came. So and I wasn't her only stylist. So she told me she went to go get her hair done at her last stylist. So when she came back, she said she noticed it, but she said she thanked her last stylist pulled a plug out because she was combing and it hurt. Well, when she came to me, I was like, well, let's just, she asked if she can get a silk out, would it hurt the spot? So I was like, I don't think it would hurt it um because it's not pulling any tension. It shouldn't make the spot worse. So I gave her a silk out, and because I thought maybe the hair were broken or shedding or whatever might have been taking place, so I did give her a protein treatment and I did give her a deep conditioner. Okay, so she came back in 2 weeks. When she came back in 2 weeks, this was a quarter size. So I'm like, the size done moved up from a nickel to a quarter. I don't think we should do a silk out. Maybe we should do something to kind of camouflage it. So because she's natural, we did two strand twists. So we did two strand twists, and when she came back in 2 weeks, it was the same size. It was like a quarter size. So at this point, I'm telling her I don't know what to do. So I recommend a dermatologist. Now after the recommendation, never saw her again, never heard from her again until I was called the fraud. So maybe in her shoes, because 2 years ago, when I wasn't educated, when I wasn't equipped, and didn't have any trichological knowledge, I would have been. But that's the thing about people, guys. You can't judge people off their past. You don't know what they did over the years. That's like if somebody who who was on crack for a long time and they finally trying to get their life together. You can't judge them based off their past. You judge them based off what they trying to do today. So I kind of comment on, yeah, I browse and I comment. So I comment and was like, no, is I'm not a fraud. Um she came to me 2 years ago when I had no trichological knowledge, and we did, sorry, text message. We did the best we can do to try to retain her hair. So that was my story, guys. That's my story on how I was called a fraud. And at the time, it bothered me, and I felt like I needed to prove myself. But at the end of the day, I'm like, who are you? You are nobody. So, it's how I feel about myself and what I know about myself. So I'm out here to encourage you. You know who you are and where you stand at. If someone calls you like, oh, she's a bad stylist or whatever, you know who you are. It doesn't matter what happened a year ago, 2 years ago. What are you trying to do today? No one is your competition but you. So how can you be better than you was yesterday? So every day that I'm living, I'm trying to be the best trichologist, the best hair loss practitioner that I can be. Hair loss restoration and and hair loss recovery. That's where I stand today. As you can see, up here, it says lupus and hair loss. That's what I battle with. I battle with lupus, and because of the lupus, from time to time during the flare up, I do experience hair loss. So you are not alone, guys. You are not alone. I don't want you to feel like I don't want you to feel like you have to suffer in silence. I don't want you to feel like hair loss is normal. It's not normal. You can reverse it. Rather it's from medications, your depot shots, whatever pills you taking, surgeries, getting older. If it's in your family, I don't care. You can do something about it. So do something about it today. Contact me and let me know, if you need a hair loss consultation. Okay. I always get them to sign a video and social media release form. Oh, that's what I'm doing now. And that's what I'm doing now. So I would not be in this crossword road anymore. And that's when I first got started into trichology, but I know better now, trial and error. So, I won't make the same mistake twice. But I say that to say this: someone else might be out there experiencing the same thing, and I don't want them to feel bad about it because at the time they didn't have any knowledge. But you know what I'm saying? The more you know, the more you grow. So you fine. And for those of you who just joining me, I appreciate you for joining me. And if you are watching and you are watching the replay, thank you for joining me. And if you know somebody who would benefit from this broadcast, please share. Sharing is caring. All right, guys. Until next time, you guys stay educated.